All right, should we start?
Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome to our Mentor Spotlight series where we get to meet the incredible people behind the Nepal US Hackathon 2026 and what actually drives them to be part of this community. That being said, super duper excited today because we have one of our mentors on board, Mr. Sagar Pathak, Senior Software Engineer at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, joining us. First of all, thank you so much, Sagar Dai, for waking up so early and giving me your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like it's exciting. Yeah, thank you very much for your time as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Thai. So let's just get straight into it. Can you please briefly introduce yourself and what is it that you exactly do?
Yeah, actually I am a software engineer at St. Jude. Research, so that's a research hospital. So normally what I do is like there are bunch of researcher where they do like kind of like that is structural biology kind of thing. So they do research on their own, but they need tools, softwares, and different kind of like frameworks, libraries. So basically what I do is whatever they wanted me to like build something, tools for them to like showcase for other researchers, other institutions, like it goes like beyond the institution as well. So
Mhm.
basically, I build the tools for them. So it's kind of full stack development. So it can be heavily into the backend as well, heavily into the front end as well. So it's kind of mixed up everything. So I basically build a tool for them. So it's just like that.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So you do both the front end and the back end work together, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So do you have a lot of interaction and communication and team building in your day-to-day life as well?
That is very much like very important part of this role because those researchers are not kind of like in a technology software development field. So communication is very much essential because for the idea validation and to get like the things whatever they wanted to build exactly and how they will like communicate with us like people from like software development team, it is kind of different. So how they will like communicate, their idea is little bit different. And there is also sometimes what I feel like is there's kind of like a knowledge gap between both of us. Like for example, they don't have much knowledge on the software, those kind of tools, and for us we don't have much deeper understanding of what they are building and what their research is. So there is kind of like communication is very much essential, and we normally do a lot of meetings before building something. So yeah, that is how it goes.
Yeah, amazing. And like you said, right, communication is a very important part of your work and anywhere, actually, in any field. And in this hackathon as well, I think communication is key, not just being out there and having technical skills, because at the end of the day, you need to present your idea to the judges, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that being said, have you ever been part of any similar leadership roles or mentored a hackathon or taken part in any hackathons?
Yeah, actually, I was a mentor in one of there was a event in Nepal. There was a major league hackathon, so I was a mentor in there as well. And also, I was mentor in last year, like same like US Nepal this hackathon program
Oh,
event.
okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'm so sorry. I should have had that research down.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you were already here last time, right? And I'm sure you have so many things going on. What made you come back? What made you say yes again and join and be part of this community?
Actually, the thing is like I really like how I really like the executive team, like how they organize the whole event. It was so smooth. Shreyas, he's really good man in terms of like communication, how he makes like us like feel really that is really good. And then and then also like in terms of hackathon, every team has like different creative ideas. Those were like based on completely based on I think AI. Most of the projects were based on like AI, machine learning kind of things. They had ideas, and those and most of the people are kind of like young talents, and it was really good last time. In my experience, it was really smooth, and it was really good. They didn't for me, like they didn't ask much questions to me, but for presentation and something, they asked some ideas on like how to present the idea or something like that. So I think in that way, it was kind of helpful for them, like how um, I think there were like two, three mentors for
Hmm.
that project. So we guided them, and I think it was successful for them as well, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
that's
really good.
amazing. And like you said, so many different ideas. And you said they didn't ask a lot of questions to you personally, right?
Yeah.
And how would you, suggest them to approach these mentor conversations differently so that they can actually gain the most value out of it?
Actually, I think the idea validation is very, I think, very much important. Like, what is that? Like, for example, every problem, every applications or every project starts with a problem, right? So, what is that? So the thing is like they have to be like very much clear. I think most of the team will be very clear on that, but they have to be very, very clear on what that problem is, like how they are going to solve that problem, and who is actually using that, who is like getting like benefits from that actual that product, everything. And also the thing is like if they have a team, because we are doing it like kind of online thing, so the
Hmm.
coordination, communication is very much important. If they don't share their ideas or problem, like what they're trying to build across the team, well, I think it will not be. So they have to like share their ideas within the team very efficiently. And I think last time maybe our the team that I guided was, I think they had like clear ideas on that like problem. Maybe like sometimes what happens is like because this is online and people don't interact that much, and whatever they had assigned for
Hmm.
be in some part they will lack and they don't do well on that part. So in that case, if they like coordinate well, I think it will be good. So I think in last time maybe the idea was clear for them, and so that's why they didn't ask much, and they were like mostly busy on developing the applications. But at last, they asked like questions on that presentation thing, like how they will organize and how they
Mm.
the idea. I think they also got like good presentation or something like that. I don't know.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing. Congratulations.
yeah. That,
See, hopefully now that's the point, right? I mean, of course they had a good idea of what was going on, so they didn't actually ask a lot of questions, but something that you did help them with ended up getting a prize, right? So who
yeah.
knows if with the scratch down they had asked you questions, they had been proactive, then maybe you'd be in contact with some of them right now. Maybe you'd be mentoring some of them right now. And I think that's the whole point of this event that we're doing. I mean, someone who's had 5+ years of experience at St. Jude's, and me as an aspiring software engineer or ML engineer, me getting to meet you is like a gold mine, right? That's a gold mine of a connection. So I think people miss that a lot, do they? That opportunity.
Yeah, actually, yeah. In St. Jude, it's just been like 1 year I started over there, but before that,
Yeah,
I
before that you were involved.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. So, I think I need to. I'm getting a lot of like requests as well, and then like guidance, like questions on LinkedIn as well, like in terms of like career advice, something like that.
Yes.
But yeah. Yeah, it is good to know people, and if there is anything that I can help from my side, it is always like it is exciting for me to. So yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful.
that's amazing. And learning is always both ways, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is amazing. So having been part of this last year, I'm sure not all of the projects that came out or that were presented did not turn into a multimillionaire product or a startup project, but
yeah,
all of them had some value to them. right?
Yeah,
Like you said, each and every one of them had these amazing ideas, and also the pool of people that we get. We don't know who is from what background. Someone might be doing their first hackathon, someone might be doing their 10th,
yeah,
and still they share those ideas. And like you said, communication is a very, very big, important part of this, right?
yeah.
So, that all that being said, why do you think this hackathon is especially important right now in this job market, not just for students, but even for early career professionals?
I think it can fill the space in the resume as well. It can like fill the skills, like you can, because you are building a product, right? So at least
Hmm.
my suggestion for teams is try to build at least like kind of like a MVP or something functional product, so that you can fit that into your resume, or you can like push the code into the GitHub so that you can showcase it to like other people. And also it is very very nice to, like, for example, if you go into the interview, and it is very nice to explain overall like history behind that product. So
Yeah,
that, I think that does really well. So for early starters or for anyone, and also not for early starters, it can be sometimes like if you have, so that's just the idea. So if you build the MVP now, so uh, we never know, like it can lead to a bigger product later on. So there are
hmm,
a lot of products that started from the hackathon and went to like bigger product later on. So that can happen. Even like for my case, I was a part of a team in a hackathon last year, and that was just a kind of like we built a MVP, and that owned one of the category, and then that is like we are building on that like more and more, and it's getting like it's growing now. So that kind of thing happened. So try to, my suggestion is like try to build the MVP, and then for early starters and everyone, like it is always beneficial. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
really
Thank
good.
you so much.
Yeah,
And like you said, this is something that'll actually fill up the space in your CV, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, and it would be an amazing experience. Plus, I was speaking with one of the mentors, and he said actually that the first hackathon he joined, the organizers from there, later he knew when he went up for the interview, they were also the owners of the company that he was going to work for. And he just, like you said, told that story about, oh yeah, this is where I was, this happened,
Yeah,
and he got the job. And
yeah,
and he was
yeah,
like, it was comparatively easy for me. So like you said, again, the connections, the networks this will build will definitely be an amazing source for
yeah.
all individuals, not just students or early career professionals. And how was your experience like? So you started your journey in Nepal, and then now you're at St. Jude's, and then you're actively participating in these hackathons. I mean, you were a part last year, this year too, and AI is ever changing. So how do you keep up with everything? How are you managing everything?
Yeah, technology. My experience is a little bit different. So I started as a front end early, like in my early career. There was a framework called Ember.js that was quite old
Hmm.
now, but later on I switched my career to database, these operations kind of things. So that's, and then later on after that I completely changed my framework to Java based framework, Spring based tool. So I have mixed up experience, and also I have a AI background as well. So we had a startup back in Nepal that is still running on.
Uh-huh.
So they are like completely focused on AI based tools. So I was not much involved into the AI products completely, but the thing that people actually look, the front part, that I used to work on the front end and also the back end part, like building APIs and all. But building models, there were like other people, my friends used to build those tools. So I had kind of mixed up
Every
experience in,
experience.
yeah, 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 that's thing. And then here I did my master's, and then I joined this job. So this is also like completely different experience, because the ideas previously I used to get was kind of like more motivated toward building some product. Those are like
Uh-huh.
software-based products. But here is different because the ideas that I get is from like different people, like different expert. Those were like every people in the lab are those are researchers, and they want to build some tools, and then that is like completely different ideas for me at least. And then building tools for them. The technology is kind of similar, but tools and idea is completely different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so keeping of the pace of how AI is doing to the market is like learning new thing is always like always a good idea. So if you wanna so if you are like completely on a front end part, try to mix something. I don't know, like launch something on AI based tools, because everything is going to moving towards AI, right? And for
Mhm.
example, previously it used to be like 1 month, 2 months project, front end projects. Now it will be kind of like 1 week project, something like that.
Yeah, because the
Yeah, so everything is like because of the copilot and everything, so the development is getting like that. But the thing is like in my experience, I don't know, maybe I use bad models or something. So I once used the I used like couple of times those copilot tools to my front end job, but they do the job like they whatever we want, whatever we give the prompt to them, they will just render out everything. But the thing is like the code will be unmanageable after like few weeks. So that happened to me, and I had to do it all again. So for now, I think my suggestion is like we have to be very careful on how we prompt, and then how we like copy paste the code. And then if we don't do this, the project will be like whatever we wanted, it will be look good, it will look just like that, but the code will be very unmanageable and it doesn't look good. That happened to me. Maybe like later on we'll be getting good models, just in just one prompt we'll be getting everything. But that is the current scenario. So if there
yeah.
is someone who is just using this kind of like doing copy pasting thing, I think need to be very careful on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And one of the other mentors was also saying this, like AI is gonna write you the code, but the reviewing has to be done by humans.
Yeah,
And and he was saying like before we had to review like 10 pages of code. Now it's like 100 pages of code all at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah,
And hopefully there'll be better models in the future or something will come up. But like you said, AI is being incorporated just everywhere at this point, right? And the
yeah,
hackathon participants also need to keep in mind, like you said, what to copy paste and how to copy paste and how to use that effectively. So that's a very good note. And also, we have only 5 minutes left, and I have to hop onto another call. I did not realize how fast that went by. Thank you so much for being such a good speaker, right? And it's been amazing speaking to you. Your journey, you started from Nepal and now it's St. Jude's, and it's just amazing. And before we end, right, one last question. So, after everything we've said about building network, building connections, learning new things, just being out there, there might still be people who are like, I'm not yet ready for the Nepal Youth Hackathon 2026 or any hackathon at this point. What would you say to them?
right. I think um sometimes it's just courage. I don't know, like right now, it is very easy because of this AI and machine learning, this like chatbots, everything. It is very easy. If you have ideas, you can build the MVP very easily.
Hmm.
So you don't need to worry about that. There is no any right time, I think. So
Yeah.
you can just join and then start working on that, I think.
Yeah, and be courageous enough to take that first step, right? Like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
all about
yeah.
courage. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. It was amazing talking to you, and that too at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you so much. Any lasting thoughts on Nepali Leaders Network or the upcoming hackathon?
I'm very excited, and then I think Last time it was really exciting. I think this will be super fun this time as
Yeah. This time we've just boomed up the participants, Mark,
well.
though. We have like 1,300 plus participants.
Yeah, I think this time I think they already learned more things. I think the executive
Yeah.
team. It was smooth before. I think they learned new things as well this time,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited for this one. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
Hopefully it'll be smooth this time around too.
yeah.
All right, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Dai. Have
All
a
right.
wonderful day ahead,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for your time. I'll see you
Yeah.
from March 27 to 29.
All right, you too. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye bye, Dai. Have a good day.